Also, it's worth mentioning the entirety of my audio once I left my house on Wednesday is completely unintelligible.
Yeah, well, I know. I had to live with it.
No, I mean, it is such a low volume, and I am so quiet that you cannot hear me.
I know. I couldn't hear you.
Oh! I
I've
thought it
been
was just
saying
coming
it
through
for
garbled.
3 hours during the stream.
Oh, hey, he's talking again. I can barely hear him, but I hear something. It's annoying, right?
Yeah, sure was.
Super Mario Galaxy DS fan project. Okay, cool. Why would you? Why would you talk about it then?
It's fucking dead now.
Yeah, it probably will be. Um. Just wait for some people to file in. Yes, I do genuinely believe and anticipate people will file in because people are here for you.
Why beat yourself down so much? Hi, Eli.
Hey! Hi, Ely. Or am I just supposed to call you Yeel or Eel? I don't know. I don't know if only Booth is allowed to call you Ely or not.
You can call her the gremlin that's horny for Chaos Space Marines 24/7. That's an up descriptor.
I'll just call her 98.
It's 96.
96 then. Ely is fine. Cool. There is some news that I think broke gaming wise just a little bit ago or yesterday that I wanted to talk about, and I'm trying to find it.
Like, did the news break, or did the news break someone? Because if it's the latter, I haven't heard of it.
Okay, so it's actually the 12th to the 15th? What the fuck? Event details about E3 is happening on the motherfucking weekend? Are you serious?
Isn't it always?
No.
I mean,
E3.
it's
Okay,
usually
hold
stretched
on.
from like Tuesday to Sunday, from what I remember.
No, E3 is usually Monday to Thursday.
Right? Is it now? I was studying back then, so.
What would happen is that Microsoft would kick things off of starting it on Sunday, and then Ubisoft, Sony, and EA would have their presentations on Monday, and then Nintendo would drop theirs on Tuesdays. And that was usually the format because it just was the format.
I suppose.
Oh, your nickname's not weird.
Elthin 96.
I wouldn't use your real life name in online spaces, Ely.
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, neither do I.
I think I do, but I also actively block that part of my memory that is about people's real life names. Even if I hear them, they're gone usually.
I don't go with Sophia.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Sophie.
Yeah, I definitely will not use that because I have somebody else whose real life, another friend whose real life name is Sophia, and I've known her longer. And it is imperative that I use that name for them for reasons I don't know. I don't know if it's my place to talk about. Anyway, well, shit. That's not convenient that E3 is happening on the weekend because I'm gonna be fucking working.
Well,
Hold on, wait a
probably
minute.
this happen. Which weekend is it? Is it...
Actually, if it starts on the 12th, that's not a gigantic problem.
Okay, 12th, 13th. Yeah, no,
Because I'm off on the
okay.
12th. I'm not off the 13th and the 14th, though. So all I can do is pray to God that... I mean, the one I care about the most is the Nintendo presentation.
That's the one I care about the least.
Which one do you care about the most? And don't fucking say the PC gaming show.
No, this has always been a shit show. I probably would say Xbox because that's always when they present the most new games. And for the past, what, 5
That's
years
fair.
now?
The Xbox showcase might as well be the games showcase.
Yeah, the games showcase, and most of them, if not all of them, will be on PC at some point. So
Right, that's true. No, I'm mostly interested in Nintendo because of that implication and rumor of the Switch Pro. And hoping that something will come of that, because we definitely could use an upgrade. It would be nice to be able to play something like Age of Calamity at a steady 30 or 40 FPS. So I guess actually next week will probably be scheduled as normal, unless oh, don't look at what's on my screen. We'll be scheduled as normal.
Don't worry.
Since that will probably be the last time we do, well, not the last time, but it's going to be one of the last few Yakuza streams that we do for a while.
Yeah, we have to. I need to hit up on with both if we're doing the Resident Evil thing or not. Because I need to warn everyone in my house that I'm going to have a guest. If so,
I believe we're still on track for that, but yeah, we need to bug Booth on what the deal's gonna be. Actually, why don't you just DM him now and see if he wants to, and ask him what the deal is, because I still haven't actually started the game yet.
Yeah, sure. Oh boy, where are you, bitch?
Oh,
Both.
I'm sure you might have seen this by now, and obviously reactions are about it. But new Battlefield reveal expected on June 9th. I'd like to be interested, but I really don't care. I would like to be happy, but
why would you ever be happy?
because I want things to stop being shit.
Well, they're never gonna be. You need to be happy despite that.
I know.
Oh boy, so I hope you don't mind me doing some paperwork in the meantime.
You got... Oh, have we even talked about that since... No, we did talk about it Tuesday, I remember now. About you getting your job.
It's not a new job, it's old job, the
old
paperwork.
Job. Yeah, you know what I meant.
Yeah, no, because I need to do monthly summaries of how many hours I did, and it involves a lot of writing and a lot of typing on a site that takes 10 minutes to process a single request. So... Oh, fuck, never mind. I actually got the paperwork for a new job, 6 hours ago? Cool. I need to look over that tomorrow.
One of the producers at Capcom is joining Bungie, so that might be a good thing.
I will see.
I will say, and I think I talked about this last Tuesday, but I will continue to simp for it. The new season of Destiny is legitimately good. The activity provides just enough of variety and shakeup of content to make it interesting. I am steadily making progress towards finally being at the light cap, and I had a good time doing trials with my friends over the weekends. Nice. So that was fun. Is Wooly still streaming Disco?
Yeah, he's going to be going for like 2 or 3 hours more usually. We're really at an unfortunate time when it comes to
Yeah,
this.
well, it can't be helped.
Yep. Shogun
You
Iwan,
can't you can't spell Tuesday without Disco Elysium. Don't 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 comment further than that.
I'm pretty sure this Elysium is a very mundane game, at least the way it starts.
I don't know what it is. Disco Elysium has a Tuesday vibe. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe it's just our brains being fried after streaming it for what, 2 months now?
Maybe that could be it. I mean, it took me getting to day 2 to finally have it click in my head that, oh, this game really is something special, and it is the most actual role-playing of a game I've seen in a while.
Both saying that they're installing OBS tomorrow, and we'll see, I suppose. Yeah, either way works for me, really.
Did he
I
not
guess.
understand that he was going over to your place tomorrow?
I mean, that works for me as well. Not tomorrow. Definitely not tomorrow. It was either Thursday or Friday. We said because it's a holiday. Tomorrow I'm swamped, dude. I'm half dead
Okay, well
on
then
the
I'm not going to
Yakuza
be here
test
for the
anyway.
stream because I'm working Thursday and Friday.
We'll see, I suppose. Worst case scenario, we'll do this next week.
As long as he's capable of doing that, and oh well. Point is that we'll be streaming not a Zoe at eventually. I'm sorry, it's gonna happen before Tidu starts his new job. I can promise that at least.
I'm getting fired.
Yes, Tidu is getting fired from Council Mechanica. Council Mechanica, yeah, that's exactly.
My unsavory comments marked me for termination from the Mechanica Incorporated. On the topic of law, I recently started rewatching Better Call Saul Season 1. And man, that's a good first season, but it also drags like hell sometimes.
Really? That bad?
Yeah. It's not bad, it's just that they didn't exactly know what they want to do but in the first season, and it has like 4 plot lines that start and end within 10 episodes. It's kind of chaotic.
That's
like
kind of how the first season of Scrubs was. The first season of Scrubs was very dry.
Yeah. Not as dry as the penultimate season, I would say, but yeah.
Penultimate?
Like 6 and 7, I thought were the driest.
You thought 6 and 7 were dry?
Yeah, season 8 was really good, but 6 and 7 were eh.
I'm not saying it as a criticism. I'm saying in terms of the humor.
Yeah.
You thought 6 and 7 were dry.
I am saying this is criticism. Sorry. Throw that there for a bit. I don't remember much from these seasons. That's basically it.
Oh, you're saying it as a. Okay. If you're saying it as a criticism, I can understand that. Sorry, when I thought you were saying dry, I thought you were speaking.
No, not dry deadpan humor. No.
Okay, yeah.
Dry as in there's nothing to eat here.
I can agree with that for season 7 to an extent. I can't agree with it entirely for season 6, but that's because I genuinely enjoyed a lot of the subplots. I will concede though that the middle of season 6 made me want to eat a gun. The whole shit of JD falling into his I'm not an adult, I don't know what I'm doing with my life thing again. When he did that in season 4 and season 5, I was like, I can't keep fucking doing this show. You need to make up your mind.
2605.
But the whole thing with that was that Turk and Carla and Elliot and everybody else had a lot more going on in season 6, and JD kind of took a back seat in that season.
That's the issue when you have a core cast and you need to pay the actors. Sometimes you need to do anything with them, even when you don't want to. That kind of fucking blows.
I think it worked out just fine if it weren't for the fact that JD-centric episodes were very flat and uninteresting.
Yeah, pretty much.
that didn't involve Kim, of course. The stuff going on with JD and Kim was pretty good, but if she wasn't prevalent in the episode, yeah, it was fucking boring. And then, like you said, season 8 was fucking fantastic because it was closing out JD's story arc.
Yeah, and then there was nothing after that.
Yep, it's really good that season 8 ended the way it did. It's a bummer they didn't go anywhere interesting with those new characters. I think it would have been really promising if they had actually just tried to bring them back and pass the torch. At least with, like, Eliza Coop's character and Howie, the red-haired glasses guy. I thought those two were fucking hysterical, as was Sunny. I think they could have... they wouldn't have been the same cast, but they could have taken over great. But thank God, you know, they didn't ruin those characters in a 9th season that nobody really asked for, that shook up a bunch of characters, introduced one of the worst, introduced an obnoxious, annoying brother to another obnoxious, annoying actor into the series, and tried to shoehorn the old cast members into the show in a way that did not feel organic and natural at all.
Yep, it's really fortunate they knew when to fold them. Also, hey, Kwadracik, what's up?
Hi, Quadrisic.
5-7.
Are you enjoying Necromunda, or am I mixing you up with somebody else, Quadrisic?
I think you're mixing him up with Meanwhile.
Probably, because I think Quadrisic was talking about looking at it on Twitter.
I know Maui
streamed it today. By the way? Sorry, you were saying Tito.
No, I'm just saying that Maui streamed it today. I watched it for a bit, but ultimately decided, you know what, I should be writing. And then I sat down and I wrote fucking nothing. So, today is great.
You should have just kept watching the stream.
I should have.
I can't stress it enough. I can feel the appeal of the game. It just doesn't vibe with me. It's not a game that I feel.
Well, that's a shame.
And I'm gonna say this, and this is probably gonna be controversial and also make me go, why the fuck did I spend my money on these games? But I feel the same way about it that I felt about the new Doom games.
Oh, really?
I don't feel them. I don't vibe with them, if that makes sense.
How can you not vibe with rampant destruction? It's like the
there's
epitome
something
of
weird
whimsy
about the movement and it feeling kind of floaty. If I were to make the two comparisons between Titanfall and Doom, there is a weight and a sense of adhesiveness in Titanfall's movement that really makes it work for me. But in New Doom and in Hired Gun, there is an absence of there's an absence of friction, of cohesion to the level design that I feel not present. And there just being something that feels off when I play the game.
43.5.
If that makes sense.
39.5. I mean, I can't sympathize, but that makes sense. 46.5.
I mean, you don't have to sympathize as long as you understand. Because that is more than most gamers can be bothered to ask for. Or be bothered to give. Apologies for that noise. You're going to hear one more in just a second, chat.
You're throwing cans at the can?
No, I'm throwing plastic bottles across the room because I'm lazy and a slob.
Okay.
I'm giving Tito a couple more minutes on his paperwork just because I don't want to necessarily start yet and because I'm enjoying talking with chat.
704.
Oh god, I know something I can talk about that felt amazing to play though.
What is that? Monster Hunter Rise?
Well, Monster Hunter Rise continues to be enjoyable. I did a couple of hunts last night. Did some toasty hunts that went relatively well. I didn't get any more gems, but I got a couple of kills. But what did blow me away and made me go from months ago where I was like, oh, okay, whatever, that's a game, I suppose, to steadily rising interest of maybe I need to take a look at this, to all right, this is a day one buy, I will not miss this, I need to have an opinion on this, and that is Scarlet Nexus.
What is that again?
It is a brain punk action RPG, and it is directed by one of the lead producers. Yes, brain punk. You heard that correct.
Brain punk as in wetware technology, or what are we talking about here?
As in wet work-ish, espionage and adventure stories. That the people who are acting in the other suppression force, that is the organization in the game, are going out and killing these supernatural beings due to the fact that a hormone that was that had remained undiscovered in the brain allows the utilization of telekinetic abilities. Everything from psychokinesis to pyrokinesis, electrokinesis, volition. What are some of the other... I can't remember all the other techniques. But there is about 12 or 16 different moves or sub-skills that you have available through your partners / party members. And they all have a unique functionality in correlation to your own combat capabilities.
Sounds cool. Hey, on the topic of games you were really excited about, did you even play Iron Harvest at the end or not?
I gave it a crack, and my mentality was, yep, this sure is a good-ass Scythe RTS. I wish I could play RTS as effectively, and then I stopped.
I see. Well, that's a shame.
No, actually, it is not made by the Berseria team. So this is what I was attempting to go into, but I cut myself off of. The director of Scarlet Nexus is one of the lead developers from Tales of Symphonia, Vesperia, Abyss, Exilia 1, and Exilia 2. So
a bunch of games that are in my backlog, but I have not played yet.
This game could not be in better hands for someone who understands how to do good combat. It is a weird blend of character action game combat and action RPG combat, if that makes sense. There are dodges, there are perfect counters, there are combos, but enemies do not do hard counters or switch-ups or tech that is really hard to manage. Requires a certain amount of skill to manage. It is not a Bayo. It is somewhere in between a Tales game and Bayo. And that's what is so interesting about it, because it's kind of pushing those boundaries.
Here's hoping they don't fall flat on their face, then, I suppose. I'm just saying, here's hoping they won't, botch it when it does come out, because the concepts do sound cool.
I think the only way they're going to botch it is if the story is absolute garbage.
Yeah, that's always a risk.
And the upside is that even if the story is garbage, I don't think that will be a problem because the gameplay is strong enough. Yes, it's definitely on the side of press a button and feel good about what you just did. Not in the Dragon Age 2 press a button to awesome, but in the Kamiya sense of start pressing these buttons, and if you press certain buttons in the right order or in the right way, you are going to do something really fucking cool. And the visual and contextual communication of that is going to make you feel that you earned doing something cool. In particular, an enemy has 2 meters that you drain to eliminate them. One is just a standard health meter in which you'll kill them, but the other is a tech meter where if you lay into them enough, you get to pull off a finisher where you literally rip out their fucking core.
Okay, that's cool.
And it does a very cool animation upon you doing it, but more importantly, every single enemy has a different animation, and each main character has different animations for these enemies.
Nice.
Also, I forgot to mention, there's dual storylines, so we're probably looking at a minimum of 30 to 40 hours of gameplay just to get through the main story. So that's also a relief that there's going to be bang for buck.
Meanwhile, personally, I've been playing Library of Ruina recently because I got a surprise birthday gift from Saf. I did not expect it, and I didn't want it to go to waste, so I figured, I'll play an hour, I'll see what this game is about. It's really good. I was really surprised. It's
battle situation. What is this?
It's a deck builder where you invite a bunch of people from a cyberpunk-ish dystopia.
Oh, it's Slay the Spire.
It's basically Slay the Spire into a weird library, and you wreck their shit to learn about their lives and learn about the world, basically. It's a direct sequel to Lobotomy Corporation, apparently, which I have not played. And yeah, the lore, the world building is really good so far. I played like 4 hours, and I was really surprised. So yeah, good gift. Thanks, Saf. You're not listening, but thanks. And I'm done with my paperwork, so...
Okay, good. That worked out just fine. The whole core ripping thing, yes, that would be the exact best way to put it. Once you get an enemy to a certain state, this weird glowing like light bulb-esque core will appear, and then you press a button, you go into an animation wherein the character you're playing is in a heightened state, and they do a couple of cool flips and tricks, and then they literally rip the core from the enemy's body, and that charges up your psychic energy more, and it gets you a cleaner kill, and I think it also gets you more item and material drops from the enemy. That's the other thing. I haven't even talked about the fucking skill tree either. I haven't talked about the equipment system. I haven't talked about the party customization system or party skills. There's a lot going on in Scarlet Nexus. I think it is going to be something that people do not want to miss. The demo is on Xbox Live and PSN. I don't know if that demo is coming to PC. If it does, obviously I will share information of that, but everybody needs to try out that fucking demo. Okay. So then, let's continue.
Let us indeed continue.
When we last left our heroes, they were killing some time playing some tabletop.
Yep. On a ground top games. That's a new concept that is patented right now.
GTG. We're pushing it for SummerSlam.
Yes. So what have we got? You can talk to the guys drinking inside. Oh yeah, you can ask on the radio about the serial numbers.
A set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Alice, please connect me. Oh wait, no. Have you heard back from the ICP about the serial number?
Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Bétancourt, sur la Clé in 42. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Seminine conflict.
Hang on, I gotta adjust the position of my mic. It's not as close.
Tactile sounds. Man, I pissed off Mike and Moff recently because on the episode I did with them, I couldn't stop myself from fidgeting on my PC, and there's a bunch of keyboard and mouse noises on the podcast now because of me. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, they'll get over it. They need to learn about that by now. But then again, they're
No,
dealing
I need to learn to do stuff on my phone when I am talking to a microphone instead of.
when you're recording for a podcast. If you're recording for a stream, it's live and it can't be
Well,
helped.
yeah. It's the stream, of course. Stream is a different situation.
And that's the issue. You're used to streaming. You're not used to podcasting.
So, it seems the armor went to Seminine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued.
I'm guessing one of its names is Krenel.
Yes, that is the most recent name the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP. And the one before it was Downwell. I also have one called Sediment, but I think that might be a different contractor. No, they work called Sediment. And somatosensor, it seems. All that during the last 9 years.
Good old corporate reshuffling.
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
A suit of armor like this would have been customized to fit the wearer, so there must be a record of the person whom it was issued.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though.
This is a fun challenge for her, an opportunity to contribute beyond doing her job by rote. She'll gladly put in the extra effort for Team RCM.
Thank you, officer. I really appreciate your efforts in this case.
Glad to help. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have more for you then.
Well done.
Okay, I'm done with the radio for now.
57th, over and out.
In the
Calling
cabin,
themselves after a
you
good
see
ED
set
game?
of
Which one was
steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Slum.
Alright, so I've done that. You were coming up with suggestions of what we could do.
We can talk our lost gun with Everard. We can talk to the guys drinking inside of Lincoln Racks right now, which would be, I would say, the main plotline, basically, the biggest lead we have. Or we can investigate the doomed commercial area. That's also a thing.
Am I at the point where I am currently in line to be able to get out of paying for the hotel room, and if I just wait it out, I'll be able to do it, or do I need to secure funds for tonight?
Day 3.
Okay, alright. Let's secure funds for tonight, and then we'll, go talk to the guys in the, mess hall.
Alright.
I just...
Do we have stuff to pawn? Items?
Nope, tools. I was right.
Not. Oh yeah, I suppose we could take the
I don't know how much are in there, though.
tear rod. I'm sure we can pick up like the shitload of bottles we left on the wall last time where Harry partied at night. Because the bottles don't like highlight very clearly, you kinda need to pixel hunt for them. Oh, yeah, we did that.
Nope. Is Kim gonna complain again about me running everywhere?
He just does that on day 1.
Okay, good.
Oh, it's hard coded actually. Even if you walk everywhere, he still does it
really
because they
let
fully
yourself
expect
go.
players to.
It's a disgrace. But Coach Physical Instrument is going to get you back in prime condition, even if it takes 1,000,000 push-ups.
Coach Physical Instrument. Does that mean you'll call me a maggot and a Nancy boy to motivate me?
Does a master swordsman insult his own blade? No. I'm going to turn you into an athletic benchmark, you big pussy.
I'm
He's not-
really not interested.
No, you don't want to get swole.
Is it going to lead to any major mechanical benefit if I do this?
It gives you a thought, but that's about it. I don't think it's a good thought, quite honestly, but it's quite funny.
That's all I need to know. I appreciate funny, but I'll save it for a second playthrough on my own time.
Yeah. In full I can tell you right now, the coach physical instrumented thought, when internalized, gives you +2 physical instrument if you take your shirt off. Which
Yeah,
I
I'm
think is
glad I
nice.
didn't waste any time picking up that thought. I'll save that for my Superstar Cop run.
Shit, serious. Gotta take
This
off my shirt.
coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible.
Vandalism.
Probably some kids.
Then I expect the rigged slot.
Poor little viewer.
The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic.
Let me take a look inside.
A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onug, written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards.
Who might that be?
I wonder who could have done this.
That's Kuno on the lens.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Logic.
Logic!
Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast, studded with concrete and reeds.
Oh
On it,
no!
a church on
I
stilts,
remembered something!
lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower.
Guys, I have something to confess to the chat!
Oh no. What is it?
I hit a bird mid-flight doing my deliveries yesterday!
You had a what?
I hit a bird mid-flight while doing my deliveries yesterday!
Oh, poor bird. Was it at least a pigeon, so you don't have to feel guilt because
I
they hear a
don't
bird?
know, but it hit my car and I started dying of laughter!
I mean,
I felt so bad, but it was so fucking like,
that's birds for you, unfortunately.
It gets worse, Tinu.
Oh?
The birds were on the road and it flew upward to escape being run over!
That is indeed worse. Sudden guilt streaming.
It flew up and then to the left and then it flew back to the right again and it hit my windshield! I was only going 45 miles per hour! And it was downhill, so I couldn't have stopped it.
Yeah. I've seen a cat run into traffic and then run into other cars by escaping other cars. So animals can't handle cars.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bird, but your death was too fucking hysterical to me. Although I don't think it died because I looked in my side mirrors and I didn't see it hit the ground.
Well, let's hope so. Then again, it was probably a pigeon. So who cares?
If it wasn't a pigeon, it was probably just like a rock. Sorry, I know for a fact it was a scavenger-esque bird because it was picking at some roadkill.
Oh man, I hope it wasn't a magpie. Magpies are cool. They're blue.
I know it wasn't a crow, so I at least feel good about that.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of hitting crows or ravens. Those birds are really smart, and it would be cool if we could evolve them enough to the point of domestication, because then maybe we could start bringing back the era of carrier pigeons. Okay, I'm sorry for that brief sidetrack, everybody, but the idea of what was being talked about in... It hit the car with a thunk, and I couldn't stop myself from laughing. And I audibly screamed, "Oh no!" Alright. Continuing.
You know this to be the star of Pericarnassus, or the Cairo, the central symbol of the Pericarnassian church, a star, a great moral height to be strived towards.
I am going to ask somebody to make sure to clip that and title it "Man Admits to Murder Live on Stream."
I mean, you can do it yourself. It's anonymous.
It's true.
No, nobody knows when you confess to crimes on Twitch, except
Right.
everyone that's watching. Thanks, guys.
The church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights in the windows. Around the large wooden building, you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach, and a small tent sets up on the ice.
Besides, that's not murder, that's manslaughter.
Yeah, and technically speaking, it's not even full-blown manslaughter. It's like some weird non-even third-degree version of
Bird slaughter.
it. Yeah, bird
That's
slaughter.
that's how Birdemic starts, you know? So if you see clip art birds outside your window tomorrow, you know why.
This Post Lavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front. A faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102, with a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant.
Good mail delivery box.
Starting off today's stream by just spotting every single object.
The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
Mail collection box. You should fuck them. You should No.
You should fuck the man up, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought it said.
Then coming soon, this Elysium 2 where a mail collection box rises up against its capitalist masters.
Been there, Post Lavantoria mail collection box. Been there.
The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder. Then you swallow. And then suddenly, you see it. Over all the other graffitos, someone has, using the tip of a very sharp knife, cut the words, Revachon forever.
Forever.
Interesting little comment from Shivers there.
Yep. There's a trash can. To your
Where?
left.
Oh, hey. Yeah.
Money.
Yeah, glass bottles rattling. Love that noise.
That's always satisfying unless you have to, like, take your glass trash away and it's
Unless it's
heavy
in
as
real
shit.
life and you're actually having to do it.
Yeah. I mean, I like the sound that my jars and bottles make when I leave them on the table to say that, saying, yeah, I'll take it out tomorrow and never do it. But when I actually have to take it out, it fucking sucks.
Yeah. Alright, I think I'm running out of options of shit to pilfer.
The man in front of the box doesn't really need much more fucking up, says Quadracic. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you tell me how to pronounce his name properly?
Quadracic.
Quadrachic?
Close enough. Quadracic.
Quadrachic?
Yeah.
Okay.
CI is a ch sound.
Oh, okay. I feel like a big dumb now.
Yeah, don't worry. Polish is a still a language that at least is consistent with its rules, unlike English. However, it has a lot of redundancies and weird letters. Like, we have 2 ways of saying zh, and there's no difference between them. So not saying writing. Like Greater Russian Industrial Harbor. GRIH. It was pretty close already, much closer than I expected, to be honest, says Quadracic.
Quadrachic.
Did we talk with the lady about the pal? Yeah, we did.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Because that came immediately after my discovery of the Pale.
Yeah, I remember
Realizing
now.
that there is a, that this game is actually firmly in the sci-fi canon. Which I was happy to discover because that has significantly increase my interest in it. Ugh. Well, I'm kind of running out of options for money. Probably shouldn't have bought that board game.
Something will turn up. Don't worry. As I said, you can go to the Industrial Harbor Wall because there's a bunch of bottles there that I'm pretty sure we didn't pick up.
You're gonna have to direct me how to get there.
Maybe. Sure.
The tear machine stands in the court. Your bottles clunk into the...
Hey, 80 cents. Centimes.
It's better than nothing.
Did you internalize the... Yeah, you internalized capitalism already, I think.
Give me just a
So,
second and I'll show you.
even in... Yeah, indirect modes of taxation. So even in dialogue, there's ways of making money now. Because every time you say some libertarian shit, you get +1 real.
Yeah.
Fucking
This is
crypto
not going to be a
miner-
popular opinion, everybody, but my mentality on capitalism is that it needs the most cutting-edge quality assurance team continuously patching it on a daily basis in order for it to function properly. But I am not of the mentality that it can't work at all. It just needs heavy monitoring, just like every economic system.
I mean, by that point, if it is heavily monitored and state controlled, a lot of people would argue that it's not capitalism because it's no longer people with capital making the decision. So I would agree with you there, but it is contentious whether or not that's still true to the idea of the ideology or not.
Isn't the reality that it's all just fucked anyways, and we're kind of just running around like chickens with our heads cut off?
I mean, that's been true for the most of 20th century and now, yes.
20th century, question mark?
Well, 2 world wars, a lot of governments coming up and falling, rapid expansion of technology and industry, fucking the environment up way faster than we can either realize or adapt to without sacrificing our quality of life, which apparently we are not willing to do, and so on and so forth.
I am genuinely willing to sacrifice certain quality of life things.
I recently watched like a 8-minute... I don't want to say documentary, but a video on palm oil and why it's everywhere. And the conclusion was basically, yeah, it's fucked, but it's also like the most space-efficient oil plant we have, and it's kind of fucked because of that.
Am I going the right
Like-
way to get to the ball?
The other way, through the door. Sorry. Praise down. You can also talk with Manana now, because previously he didn't want to talk about the strike, but now we talk to Everett, so he can. I don't think we did that.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
You've
Stairs,
been in
yeah.
there, he means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
Complete shit.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains.
He nods solemnly, then turns to you, a wide smile adorning his face.
Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
Any idea who killed the hangman?
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
He shakes his head solemnly.
The Merc was hanged with a very specific type of cargo belt, one more often used in heavy transport areas, for example, harbors.
What a thought! Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course.
He scoffs, looking shocked.
You're being really suspicious, Manana.
I think Drama confirmed already that it wasn't him for sure, that when he said it
Right.
wasn't him, he was truthful, so yeah.
Pushed how?
Your dead guy was an enemy combatant.
Did you kill him?
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
He means a more violent faction could easily take care of such a thing.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search.
It's weird that you can't discuss why the strike is with him, because I remember that was dialogue, but maybe I'm just misremembering. Oh well. I like his lines because he's like, yeah, I'm not a scientist. I don't think like I'm not a communist because I think people looking at things and saying I want everything of this is natural. It's not like anything you can do about it, and like calling it capitalism that doesn't solve the problem. So he's pretty laid back, despite being part of a communist faction. Every worker member of the board is written at the top of the flyers.
Equals a member of the board.
Yeah.
And at the bottom.
And at the bottom. Yeah,
the
the union logo
and demand democracy.
Correct.
It's alright.
This is a Dewey typewriter. The model name is on the back. A giant axe print on the pillow and a pattern of coffee rings on the armrest. Someone is habitually chilling next to the radio. I think we did that.
The file cabinet
Yeah, we
stands
did.
steady. The drawer slides shut.
Yeah, I think we did this fully. There was a note inside about some spicy borscht. Why is there a T at the end? It's borscht. Albo barszt.
I really need to try and see if I can go see A Quiet Place Part 2.
There's a part 2.
Yep.
Alrighty then.
Did you see the
Is
first
it
one?
even? No, I just heard of it. And then I've seen screenshots from the movie that tried to rip it off. Up there to the left, yeah, look at all these bottles. You can click on each of them individually, even if they don't light up or they barely light up. See?
Kim, get the fuck out of the way.
No. I am anti-capitalist. You will not take up these bottles.
You're
This
actually
hustle is
kind
not
of doing
approved.
a somewhat decent impression of him.
This hustle is not approved by the RCM. Thank you.
Lean into the accent a little more.
I would rather not.
No, do it. You aren't being offensive. You're just trying to lean into his manner of speech. It's not about his race. It's about his more
Yeah, I know.
reserved and low-key tone of speech.
But when I cautiously try to lean into an accent, I just turn into parody every time.
Okay,
So-
well then, if you turn into parody, we'll call it off. But I want to hear you try. Come on.
Yeah, we'll see. For now, we'll wait for a moment. That's not a thing. Yeah. Also, yeah, we picked up everything on the way.
Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard.
Lieutenant, I think there's something special about this container.
Is this like your thing with that wall again?
Maybe? I can't tell. I think we should investigate further.
You do? Because I don't.
Well, why not?
There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
Maybe there's contraband in there?
There may very well be, but we are not here to look for that. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to talk to the Union, right?
No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container. You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Nothing more to do here for now, I suppose.
Stop it. Get some help.
Okay, Michael George.
Click the green orbs. It's XP.
Where? Oh. Oh no,
You
it's
missed
a
one of the-
5G tower.
The speaker tower is on. There is no worker to organize it. They are below. Yeah, go talk with Everett. Bring up the container as well now that you knocked on it.
What?
Go inside. Talk with Everett. bring up the container now that you knocked on it, because now it's an option as well. Like, open this container, fat man. I need to see what's inside. It's special.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
There's a lot of stuff to
What's in the
bring up.
container that's outside your office?
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbour. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them.
Well, there's something special about it, and it's the one that's attached to the Cavalson crane.
Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Planescape, let's go. Convince the object it is to open.
I'm reconsidering opening that door you asked. Oh, wait, no, not that.
got some
My
options
dear
here.
Harry, I
No,
rarely
that's
do,
it, that's it.
Harry.
That's all
I
there
have
was to it.
people for that. Now,
But yeah,
you were
talk with
saying-
him. He's got a lot of points.
I was told the Union is involved in the local drug trade.
What? Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any jolly fat guy, but I can't take slander. Are you actually investigating this?
I
He
am.
smacks his
You've
forehead,
heard me,
completely
Harry.
flabbergasted.
Me, a friend. But you know what?
The man rubs his temple and closes his eyes in pain, but after that he perks up.
And gets over it in 2 seconds. Seems like it didn't really hurt him.
That ad-lib transitioned into actual dialogue really well there. Good job, Tidu.
No problem.
I trust you, like I trust all my friends. And I know you'll never talk to me about this again, because you don't want to wound me. So do what you want, and let's change the subject.
He's hiding his real reaction beneath courtesy.
Thank you for your understanding. We will continue to do what we must.
You too, Lieutenant. You know, I like you, but you never were my favorite. I'm a Harry guy. I'm Team Harry.
None taken. Did we have anything else to do here, Harry?
Aren't you going to ask me how I got in?
Am I going to ask? Hell, Harry. You spin-kicked my strongest man in the face. I saw it from my window. Would you ask a man like that how he got into your container yard?
You don't have a window.
It was a figure of speech, Harry. Of course I don't have a window. I'm in a container. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
By the way, to stop you here for a second, if you get in by subscribing to Measurehead's ideology, it would be, Harry, it's because you and Measurehead are both colossal racists. But that's okay. There's no problem with being a racist, Harry.
You called me Mr. Dubois. Why?
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry.
That's what the hanged corpse called you. Harry.
So that's really my name.
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
He shrugs with an amazed expression.
I think the odds of that are very low.
Looks at you.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
My memory's fine. I'm just testing you.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
Words flow like a river of honey from his lips.
He pats the brown folder in front of him. Yeah.
I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done. It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
The lieutenant inspects Everett over his spectacles.
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
He's
Asking
asking
too many
you.
questions will make you look weak. You should maybe focus on the folder. Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
Where did you get that folder?
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
We close the folder.
This translates into, haha, you guys are so corrupt.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
What kind of cop does it say I am?
Well, Harry, if I were to sum you up in one word, it would be apologetic.
I'm sorry?
Yes. You seem to be. A lot of the time. But right now, there's no reason to be. Let loose a little. Be you.
Let's get this straight. What is my full name?
It's Harry. Harry Dubois.
Okay, I like it. I can work with it.
And I can work with you, Harry. Now, what else can I do for you?
Do you know anything about my family? Do I have a wife or kids or...
Family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man. Do you strike yourself as a family man, Harry?
I think I do. I'd be a wonderful father.
Well, yes. I'm sure you're going to make one little boy or a girl very happy and proud one day, Harry.
Sound uninterested. Well, what's our chances? Hey, pretty high, actually.
As you look at the folder, Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet.
That's not an RCM folder.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi, from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
That
He looks
means
nice.
he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
So the Census Bureau says my name is Harry Dubois.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on.
I met Joyce, the company representative.
Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. I hope you're getting along.
He adjusts a button on his sleeve.
One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here.
Just pals.
We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her because you and I are such good friends and I helped you get that nasty body down from the tree. I'm not a jealous guy.
So why haven't you let her in to see you?
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator.
He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that.
Okay, let's talk about something else then.
Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization. I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this is secret. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Everard doesn't mind.
It is rather interesting to tell people things about each other, isn't it? It was nice telling him about her right now.
Yes?
Thanks, conceptualization?
Hey, Grandius.
Should we rename conceptualization to Captain Obvious?
Sometimes.
This is weird.
Maybe.
Not nice weird, but okay.
Let's talk about my lost gun.
Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Hold on, could he really be holding my gun hostage?
Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it.
The gun may have been bought from Roy's pawn shop. Have your men factored that in?
Yes. Thank you for the hot tip regarding your lost gun, Harry. My men have indeed factored in that you pawned it. Now please, let the professionals do their job. Kick back, Harry, relax. I have great guys on this. You focus on what's important. Building our relationship for the good of Martinez.
Hey, Grandis, also, yeah.
Saw a twit
alright.
in timeline where Tidu compared council viewership numbers with Woolies. What?
Yeah, I made a screenshot between, because Wooly and us are streaming at the same time, and he had like 700 views, and we have 3, and I titled it "Class Disparity."
We must seize the means of streamer clout generation.
Exactly.
The Woolly-tocracy must be overthrown. We will commit patricide. I'm coming for you, Wooly.
The last streamer Pitalis that we had.
I'm only 2 hours away. I don't have that far to drive.
From Ontario? Sorry, Canada?
Yeah, I'm literally 2 hours from where Wooly and Pat are.
Oh boy. Yeah, the last streamer we Hank will be the one that got us into this in the first place.
We here at Council Mechanica do not openly support threats upon other streamers.
No, streamers are cool. They're working class.
Right,
Just
that's
jokes.
true. They are comrades. Of a
Quite
sort.
literally.
It did not come as a surprise to him. He might actually not be bullshitting.
Does this mean if I do things for you, I will get my gun back?
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
He is not.
Of course. I understand. We
So
help
yeah, you have to work
help
with him on
us.
the door thing to get your
Okay.
gun.
All right.
A fantastic change of heart, Harry. Go talk to Manana down by the gates. He'll brief you and give you the key.
Oh, there we go.
Just open one little door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door. That's it. Anything else we should discuss?
We'll talk later.
See you soon, Debarder. Just kidding, but not too much.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
Look at
So
the
helping
fish.
him out is inescapable to an extent.
If you want your gun, yeah. You can finish the game without it, but good luck.
Right. The point is that we're doing a semi-completed stream where we do most of the major actions and options, so... I assume I assume there's a core ending, but we're not going for like a canon concept. We're just going for as much of the core content as we can, without deviating from a personalized characterization as possible.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
the
exactly.
fuck do I get? Oh, right. There we go.
And now you can pick the container again, actually. You can try and change its mind.
You're back before the car.
Probably not gonna happen anytime soon, though.
Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly. Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Because getting physical wasn't an option.
Because what wasn't an option?
Delta looks startled.
Using my body over my wits.
Now is not the time to get philosophical, detective. You can do that after hours.
Nothing more to do here now.
I understand the mind of a matter philosophy, but I think this is going too far, detective. Orb.
You were doing...
White pine trees are painted over the screen covering. Looks like forest under snow.
You were doing good with delivering his pace of speech and his tone. Now you just need to get the inflection down.
Yeah, it's like... It's partially French, and
Yes.
I don't know how to pull it off.
That's why your depiction would not be parody or bigoted. It's because he's a mix of... He's kind of New Orleans French. Cajun, almost.
Yeah. Yeah, and as we all know, you can't make fun of French. Their very existence is a joke.
You can't make fun of the Cajuns either. They're too proud and they're actually kind of too cool to, genuinely make fun of.
Cajuns are cool, yeah.
They are.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
He looks at you with soft and hazy eyes again.
Ever said you have a key to a door?
A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open?
He said
Curiosity.
it belonged to a weasel.
Yeah, he runs his fingers through his mustache.
Sorry about interrupting you.
No, don't worry.
Oh, say no more. I got you.
He taps the side of his nose with a little wink.
I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
I saw an opportunity and I took...
Money.
Yeah, Is it option 2 or 3?
No, it's option 1, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Option 2 is racist.
That's what I thought. I just wasn't sure.
4 is centrist, 3 is communist.
I'm not so sure about the hustle grind, but... it doesn't matter. It's a good thing you're doing. Thanks. What you're looking for is
Radius.
the basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the Whirling in Rags. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
Yeah, Grandis, I don't know where that picture is from, but if you learn, keep me updated.
Yeah. Keep me updated too, Grandius. What the fuck am I looking at?
Porn?
Why does that lady have a toy ambulance in her hands?
Because you're gonna have to go to the hospital after they're done with you. Oh, that was fast.
What in the... I can't tell if this is from a legitimate thing or if this is a lead into a joke. I also can't tell if it's a Japanese or a Korean thing.
You know.
Grandius, link us a source. What are you waiting for?
Well, don't do it in the chat.
Don't do it in the chat. Send it to us. Send it to us in DMs.
Back to the game.
The synopsis is... Oh, okay, so it's a movie.
IMDb, huh? Mina Esperdaia, Bangahan Esper Miyakoeku. High school student Yoshiko Kamigawa suddenly gained the power to read other people's minds. One day he receives mail from Asami in Tokyo asking for his help. Oh, okay.
Okay, director, Sion Sono. I feel like I must have seen something else that this guy's worked on. Suicide Club, Coldfish. Let's scroll down. What else have you worked on? Everyone is Psychic, TV miniseries.
Duncan, the man.
Vagina and Virgin.
Teachers
Prom
of
Night,
sexual play,
Suicide
modeling.
Club, No Pants Girl Movie, Boxing 2, Strange Circus, Prescription Police. This guy has done a lot of indie
Porn.
black comedy and horror, from the looks of it. Tokyo Vampire Hotel. Monami is captured by a bloodthirsty trigger-happy vampires and taken to their hotel.
Back to game. I would say.
Sorry, this is probably some like Robo Geisha-esque shit, so I gotta give that a look.
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter.
He gazed wonders off into the distance.
None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess.
Anything else I should know about this task? This weasel person? When he'll be home?
I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
Takes a big sip from his flask.
He means he's not going to tell you, cause he doesn't know. But he will shoot his mouth off with you now that you're working for Everard. Who he is, and what they're fighting for. This is interesting.
Why are you striking?
We're negotiating our share.
Your share?
Aye.
He seems pleased with himself.
So it's not wages or pensions.
This stuff, they already covered.
However much you feed the wolf.
The wolf always wants more. I like wolves.
How large of a share would you like?
All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process.
This seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page, communism is basically wanting to kill the rich people or deporting them to a labor camp in Southeast Grad. But don't say that out loud if you're a communist.
Okay, rhetoric, sure.
The boss man, Everard. What can you tell me about him?
I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman.
What does bossing the union entail anyway?
I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties, watches out for his own.
But isn't Everard supposed to be an allegory for what the problems of communism can manifest into?
Go on.
A fat evil?
Fat evil.
By that, you mean corruption?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? And in this world, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish.
That desk seemed lavish to me.
He is reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway, and moralism is the most corrupt of them all.
This man has political theory, and it has not failed him today.
Are you a communist?
No. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. No science to it at all. Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't.
Right on, brother.
Just the way the world works, boyadero.
You seem to have spent a lot of time thinking about the political situation.
Sure, I've had the necessary free time. Fortunately, there's always time.
He's pressing his hands wide, using their reach to show how much time he had. Also, Quadratic says, I mean, being with the Mafia sure beats being against it. Yeah.
For him, having command of his time is the most important thing.
I mean, that's the mentality with the Yakuza, isn't it?
Sure is.
If it wasn't for the fact that the American Mafia predominantly fucks over the people, I'm sure people would be a lot more receptive to it.
I mean, the Yakuza had a good PPR for a long time, but Japan cracked down on them in like the last 5 years, I think.
Yeah.
So-
Well, I don't know what to make of that, man. As long as they were steering clear of human trafficking and,
But they weren't. That's the
yeah,
thing.
yeah, that's the problem.
The issue is that at first you can have a good demeanor, but when you got everyone in your pockets, that means the brakes are off, not that they still apply.
Yeah. I'm getting depressed thinking about this topic, so I'm not going to dwell on it.
It all comes together now. The way he speaks about scabs, his general attitude. He's a follower of a 500-year-old Franco-Nigerian Boyadero code, itself an appropriation of Vespertine cool, that of a noble peasant or a traveling herdsman. True to yourself, independent in your actions, loyal to your friends.
Maybe I'm a boyadero.
No,
What if?
no. The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching far and wide, yet it feels as if he could effortlessly go even wider, if need be. An endless torrent of time.
Did Encyclopedia just tell me I'm not cool?
You're not a cowboy. Sorry.
How convenient. Someone has equipped this tiny bottle of amphetamines with a straw. It's the lorryman's speed on the go.
Drugs.
It's got 4 uses. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
I'm never
I
gonna use
think-
the Kuno. I'll save it for myself.
I think all like usables have 4 uses, like alcohol, cigarettes, drugs. They're all like 4 a pop. Which is good because it doesn't mean you have to keep buying them.
Alright, I need to figure out how to get some money. I'm running out of time.
Go to that apartment. Maybe there's some there. I think.
That's what I'm thinking.
Not this way. Around. It's behind the fence that Kuno is sitting on.
I'm glad we played that board game. It's a bummer there aren't more to play.
Ah. Well, can you imagine entire VN when everything the characters do is just playing board games? Of
Okay,
different
we're going to
kinds?
stop everything that's happening right now because we're going to have a discussion about this. Yes, I would play a visual novel centered around the idea of sharing in and appreciating the nuances and subtleties of board games. So yes, my answer is I would love that. How awesome would it be if, let's say, King of New York, Parks, Concordia, Clank, and Catan were 5 games that were featured in a visual novel centered around you developing a tabletop club.
Yeah. I mean, like, just the basic premise. I think it would work better in a manga because you could show, like, the boards and some setups of characters.
No, I'm
discussing
saying
like,
in the actual visual novel, you'll play the actual games.
oh, yeah, I suppose.
The spread pattern of these bullet holes makes your chest ache. Your breath grows heavier. More old bullet holes. Half a century at least. From the revolution. You peer into the faded marks in the stone. They peer back like an endless row of tiny black holes. Sweat starts trickling down your brow. Your chest feels tight looking at them. It's closing in, caving in, ever tighter. Your breathing grows even heavier.
You okay there?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You were looking pale there for a second. What are you looking at?
These bullet holes look like the bullet holes we saw before.
Bullet holes generally look the same, so probably. But you're right. More old bullet holes from the revolution.
Man, how many people got shot during that revolution?
Plenty.
This place, right?
To the right.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head. The royal lion, Guillaume's kitten. This knocker will last a lifetime and then some.
I press my ear to the door.
The door is slick with rain. You don't hear any movement inside. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp.
I use Manana's key to unlock the door.
You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head. Good job. Let's go now. I'm sure there's nothing interesting in there. As you hold the open door, you can feel the air moving. A little draft, a whistle.
I'm sure there's nothing interesting inside the ultimate code for Gawain. Also, the thing that Granus linked us is apparently a manga by the guy who did Detroit Metal City. That's cool. The smell of disinfectants in the room smells like chemicals.
A
Why
row
do
of
you like
mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols. A broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes, and others.
I tap on the mugs.
A little ring. Though cheerful, the images on the ceramic make you vaguely uncomfortable. The lieutenant picks up one of the mugs, then puts it back down with a look of disdain.
I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment.
I whip out my yellow man mug and compare.
Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home here. The same humor, the same mocking lines.
There's the missing tin soldier. Whoever lives here might have used the Whirling's container to dump his trash. And now they've drawn the ire of the Union. The plot thickens, as they say.
An interesting little clue. Let's see where this goes. Clues have a way of magically connecting to other clues down the road. Perhaps you should break into apartments more often.
What the fuck, Inland Empire? Do you really think it's the same person who put the dead man's clothes in the trash?
Who knows? I'm not expecting too much from this clothes in the trash lead either way. It might turn out to be some random local matter, but still, a nice coincidence.
You could ask Everard who this person is once you're done here.
Hero admires fair-haired fantasy heroes with big muscles. Hey, a shirt. Inter-Islar dresser. A book titled The Hidden World of Walking Sticks lies open there. You can almost feel the warmth of the red sun on the flag.
This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerainty.
What's with the sun?
This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. This is the sevenfold sun miracle.
What's a sevenfold sun miracle?
It's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happens in cold weather. 6 small suns around the big one. This complex halo phenomena is how old Revachol got its flag.
Lieutenant, the old flag of a suzerain.
Mm-hmm. The tenant is an old-fashioned guy.
By old-fashioned, he means very right-wing.
I don't bow down to the flag.
The flag doesn't seem to mind. It's just a colorful fabric with a sun sewn onto it. Like all feudal flags, it looks like a children's drawing.
Yeah, kinda. Medieval flags fucking suck. There's a yellow thing, yeah. Oh, it's inside, yeah. Thanks, perception. Yeah.
Drugs!
Drugs. Look inside. Yeah, a small suitcase full of clothes. Guess they're staying over? I guess I was wrong about the money. Huh. Oh well. We'll find some soon, yeah. Just talk with people.
Hmm.
Joyce, more money, more bribes. No, I don't think she has anything. We've been inside there, yeah. So yeah, I think only we're linking to Axis left for now. Do.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
You're on a boat.
Why, yes, I am.
She looks at the deck under her feet. Green and white sails flutter overhead.
Not a lot of people on boats, are there?
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
Wait, we're on an archipelago?
Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
Caillou? I thought we were in Revachol.
We are. And the city of Revachol is on the island of Le Caillou.
Well, I still haven't seen anyone else sail a boat around here.
I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle.
The
It's for
hotel becomes
crossing long
defensive.
distances in the greater Ravachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
You need to make this lady admit she's only riding around on this boat because she's rich.
Why?
Why what? Stop thinking. Take her down.
It'll come off like I'm envious, and I'm not.
You're not? Okay then. Just keep on admiring the boat then. Unburdened by envy.
Does she have a name?
The boat? No. It is called Cor de Leyte 19 because that's the type of sloop it is.
Okay, but what kind of boat is it?
It's a pleasure craft, a 19 pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing. Though these days I mainly use it for business.
How do you like it?
My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
I can't tell if he's being sarcastic or not.
Well, maybe you're...
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
Do you have a license for this boat?
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the boat's hull as she smiles. Qualified pleasure craft operator. So charming. Where's the damn license?
That's good enough for me.
Why wouldn't it be? This is Revachol, Wayfair Act and all. Anyone can drive a boat.
I think I have a handle on the boat thing.
Good.
Chat, I'll go ahead and disclose something here. I do want to smash Joyce. Joyce has got a charming aura about her, and I understand that she might be wrinkly, but she's still pretty attractive in her own right.
I believe she was based on Mae West when it comes to looks and attitude, so yeah, not surprising.
Are you saying I'm predictable, Tidu?
No! I'm saying Mae West was a very attractive lady.
Okay. Yeah, I will do me, Grandius. Uppity up, uppity up.
That sounds very difficult to do, but hey.
I'm flossing my stuff. I'll do me and you do you.
I'd rather do someone else, but sure. Knock yourself out.
I'm referencing a really awful song by a really awful filmmaker.
Ah.
Watch Best of the Worst, Diamond Cobra versus the White Fox.
Well, yeah, go to the whirling, I suppose. Ask her about the other stuff later as well, but, you know, at your own pace. She's not going anywhere but in this long dialogue.
I wonder if she's a romance option.
I will not knock you on your ass right here. There are no romance options.
Damn.
It would be very bad for the validity of your evidence if you bound a witness, not a suspect, a witness.
I don't care. I still want to bonk the witness. Or is it boink the witness? Anyway.
It's a ball. There's a spit in it. Reeking of tobacco. Yeah.
What? I clicked.
Photos of men in overalls, toting guns and junior placards.
Yes, I can totally see this from the other side of the wall.
You've got X-ray vision, like Superman. You're a super cop.
Wheel of the
This
worst
game is
episode was the
buggy.
revenge movie. It was something, especially the hip. Ah, yes. Sorry. How to seduce women into having sex with you. That episode.
Oh God. Oh, I don't know of that. It was a game, I think.
No.
It was a movie too.
No, it was
Yeah, no,
video.
it was a movie. Okay. All right, video without game.
You really need to watch more RLM, man. I think you'd
No,
really
no, I
appreciate-
don't.
Yes, you do.
No.
I
I
really
have-
think you'd appreciate their method of media criticism.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling-height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers.
It's not time yet.
Nothing. Just black tangles like the hair of an old woman. Motionless. The wind in the yard doesn't reach the hawthorn, nor does the light come in from this window. There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. It's still too cold outside.
Over here.
She snaps her fingers. Talk to her first.
Let me handle this.
No one says to the crowd in the mess hall before turning to you.
Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
You lied to me. You're not a gardener.
That's right. I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
She crossed her arms.
So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does.
She points to the man on her right.
That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
And what are you going to do to me?
The lieutenant is not satisfied with the approach.
What are we going to do to you?
Cold laughter, devoid of joy.
The Union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Goddamn right it is.
I cry half from the table.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress.
Sorry. What is your role in all this?
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor.
What if I want to talk to
Do
you
you
and
have
not
hearing
Titus?
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
Why are you so aggressive?
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
Listen, You moral-in-turn lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
The tall, broad-shouldered man takes a sip of his beer.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
Which one will get me money?
Let me see. Pretty sure one.
No one is emotional here.
I suppose not.
Do your job. Ask your questions, then leave.
I should
You
talk to
them.
Titus then.
Hey, Titus. You talked to him on your previous playthrough?
This is where you said
No, I didn't talk to him.
you're a bit.
A broad-shouldered man points at you with a beer can.
Detective,
Lieutenant acknowledges you with a sharp nod. He's leaving it to you.
I don't say anything yet.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
I cross my arms.
What, is he fucking kidding? This guy high or something?
The little guy looks at his mates in disbelief.
Hey, asshole, up here. We're talking to you.
we're looking for Titus Hardy.
Lieutenant turns to the broad-shouldered man at the end of the table.
We need to talk about the hanged man out back.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that won't.
You sure took your time, huh? Waited for him to get real ripe and pretty for you.
He looks at
Oh,
that
he was a
trouble.
real pretty boy. Hanging up there, letting out that pretty boy smell.
I can't for the life of me understand why you did it. I mean, I would have just left him up there. You must really like cleaning up other people's shit.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
I scan the room.
No. I's here. You got business with my boys. You got business with me.
He understood what you were doing, taking inventory of them.
Yeah! You fuck with the Hardy boys, you fuck with Titus Hardy.
Just this scrawny, rat-faced man, two teeth missing in the front.
The Hardy Boys. People who are killing innocent strangers that are trying to shake up a union organization.
Eee.
Relax, Dennis. No one is fucking you yet.
This is the 40-something man from the corner with a plectum hanging from his neck.
The Hardy
Like a drum.
Boys. Midlife crisis men with no direction in life.
Yeah, Dennis, calm down. No one's fucking you, you stupid fuck.
A blonde man in his 30s agrees.
The Hardy Boys. All men collected together and united under the fact that there is nothing special about them.
Let Dennis enjoy his fucking, man. We don't mind.
This gang tattoos. The man must be either Mesk or Sarah Maritsan.
Yeah, you're not even being fucked, Dennis.
The fat guy in the middle lets out a little chuckle.
Easy, fellas. We got company.
Titus
Let's
puts
see
an end
what
to
brings
it.
the cop around.
Too late. You already scanned the room. You got a pretty good picture.
A picture of what?
Of the actors here. You could take another look at the tracks in the mud on the crime scene. Compare it to these guys.
The man hanged in the backyard. Did you do it?
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Why is there a container belt around the dead man's neck?
Container belt? Like we use in the harbor?
You heard me. Why?
Because we took it from the harbor where we work. Then we went out back and used it to hang him.
As he speaks, his fists contract, going through the pulling motion again, savoring it.
We did this. Together. All of us. Until he was dead. That's why there's a container belt around his neck.
He looks you dead in the eye.
So you're just gonna confess to murder?
Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
Are you hearing these noises I'm hearing?
Like sounds of a bar or something else?
Metal clattering in the outside of my house.
No, I don't.
Okay, apologies, everybody. I'm having a really hard time focusing right now because some dipshits in my neighborhood are making a lot of noise.
Look, maybe he's just a swordsman fighting skeletons, and that's why there's the clang.
Right.
Yeah,
I
I
am
think
going
it's
to
me,
look at this tweet that you put up about class disparity.
Sure.
Imagine having less viewers than a Yu-Gi-Oh streamer.
That hurts. Yep.
Let's see. Who called the shots that night?
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a hardy boy without arresting all hardy boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A shadow of a smirk passes her lips as she tilts her head.
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
I don't have to. One of them was more complicit than others.
That's for the courts in Les Jardins to decide. Not for the officer making an arrest. Which we all know you won't be. What you can do right now is go back to your station and write a report.
No. We'll stay here and discuss what happened that night.
When did this hanging incident occur?
You don't have to keep answering his questions.
The fixer stirs to remind Titus.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
How long had you known the victim?
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
Titus gives Gladys a turn look.
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier? A representative for White Pines? The same company you are striking against?
The lieutenant pretends to check his notes.
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what?
He wraps his chin, pretending to mull it over.
That's enough insinuation for
shit.
today, Titus. Officer,
Sorry. I
the
accidentally
interview is
skipped over
going
that
to an end.
dialogue, everybody. I hit
Don't
my
waste your last questions.
spacebar too fast, apparently.
Care about the pretty boy. I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
Let me try this, actually. Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough. Think I got it. I probably could be lower and deeper, but I can't physically do that. Why did you kill him?
No, testosterone.
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town.
So he was a mercenary? That's it?
And he stepped out of line.
His jaw closed shut like a vice.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Cohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
The man spreads his arms.
I can't prove it. But I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
How'd you even know he was in Special Forces?
Because one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm RNA's goddamn Special Forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all.
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some RNA's paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there. Like some kind of animal.
He points to the stage, at the stage.
This is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Fucking hate you so much, conceptualization. Right,
not
but
the
what
artistic
did he actually do wrong? Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I see you're in the same camp as Wooly. No art sense at all.
I have art sense. I'm just finding conceptualization to be a little pretentious at certain times.
Yeah, that's what having an art sense means. And conceptualization has a point. Karaoke has a code.
I think you can be respectful to art and you can be artsy without being a pretentious asshole. It just requires some semblance of self-awareness.
Can you really? If you are not pretentious about art enough, you're not doing art at your level. It's like with math. Go on, sorry.
There is just not a way to properly convey the disgust and displeasure I am feeling right now.
Good. Yeah.
Quadrachick is talking about... I'm talking about karaoke code, giving that one to the voice in the head. I guess. Right, but what did he actually do wrong?
Wrong? He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
He wipes spittle from his mouth. Yes?
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange de-escalation? He regrets mentioning it. Hopes you didn't notice.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. And that was before he started coming here.
He cracks his knuckles.
He said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
Dalton is trying to make sense of this flood of information.
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl. Young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
He's head in disbelief.
Was this the same girl who was sexually assaulted or raped, as you said?
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
What was with the weird sound mixing on that line just now?
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
It's like a parrot.
Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation.
Show me your cunt! Show me your cunt!
Twitch,
glad
please
I could
don't
make Tito
demonetize
laugh that hard. Right, but who did he rape then? That's a very serious allegation.
No. You're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter. And I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
Despite the stonewalling, you can slip one more question in.
I'm going to ask one more time. Who did the dead man rape?
Titus, do not answer. You have been forthcoming enough.
Fuck off, Carl. She's gone through enough without you harassing her too. She doesn't need more embarrassment.
What are you talking about? Embarrassment. If someone has been sexually assaulted, we need to...
What you need is to get the fuck out of my face. I've had enough of explaining myself to you fucks. He's dead. It's done.
You hear the aluminum crack in his palm as he squeezes the beer can.
Did that come through?
No.
Oh, damn it. Hang on, let me try that again. Tidu, can you say that descriptive dialogue one more time?
You hear the aluminum crack in his palm as he squeezes the beer can. There we go. Very nice.
Thank you.
As you can see, these men can only take so much baseless scrutiny. I'm doing my best to keep the situation civil, but...
What follows is a slow head shake.
It won't be for long, she means.
How did you kill him?
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, Copper?
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
The autopsy showed there were no ligature marks. His hands were not tied. Can you explain that?
Look. I'm not gonna play 20 questions with you, Capo. I'll say it again. We killed him.
He looks even more irritated than before.
Apologies, everybody. I'm actually trying to salvage this can because I do redeem them.
Sacrificing necessary items for the art. I can respect that.
For the stream. You say the stuff about having a proper art sense, yet I was committed to the bit.
Yes, indeed. I have to acknowledge that and upload that.
Okay, there we go. All right, so I baited him into claiming that they did it with the hanging.
Yeah. I knocked him out. Came up behind him and clapped him in the back of the head. He went down like a sack of sand.
The little one speaks up, banging his chest.
That's right.
That hurt.
Oh, man.
Ow, ow, ow. I regret doing that. Ow, ow, ow. I'm getting too old to do this kind of shit.
Please don't hurt yourself for the bit. I heard that, by the way. It was
yeah, I know. That's how hard it was.
He spits through his teeth.
Don't smack your titties, boys. Glad I could entertain Grandius.
I'm not going to spit through my teeth for the sound effect, sorry.
I do it, but I don't have any front teeth. Tidu, you have to do it for the stream. There we go.
Make
my
them
poor
a bit
desk.
more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up.
Mr. Tats, what did you use to knock the victim out?
My fucking elbow, Copper. Samurai boxing style.
Samurai boxing, or Sambo, is an eloquently violent set of one-on-one fighting moves originating from the Samurai Isola. Sambo style implies stealth, cleverness, and cool.
Grandius, I hit my chest with a fist. That was a mistake. Where did all this action take place?
Right fucking here. Eugene already told you that the fuck had started coming to our bar.
Yeah, man. Weren't you listening?
I know I can't re-roll on this, but can I come back to this conversation where this check is?
I think you can, yeah.
Okay. Right. I have other questions about the lynching.
Like what, Copper?
So how does the bullet in his head factor into all this?
Huh?
A sip of beer makes the surprise go down easier.
There was a bullet in the dead man's brain. Why was it there if you hanged him?
How the fuck do I know? Anyone could have shot him. Target practice, maybe.
Another sip. He's tight-lipped suddenly.
This line of questioning is over. You got the cause of death already? Hanging. If there's any post-mortem trauma, it's your problem. This will not turn into a cross-examination.
So you murdered him just like that? No remorse?
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
Says it as if it is worse than dying.
Hey, Encyclopedia, what is reunion?
The River Esperance Correctional Facility, a military prison run by the Coalition, dubbed Reunion by the inmates. The origin of the name is unknown.
Right, thank you.
Harbor, I guess why they call it that, because that's where everyone meets sooner or later.
What we do is different. We enforce the law. You just kill people like it's nothing.
But you see, a lawman, is something people agree upon. And here in Martinez, we agreed that this man had to die.
He says, squeezing his beer can again.
So how did you kill him?
We hanged him up by...
Didn't they teach...
The autopsy showed the...
Yeah. I knocked...
That's right.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up.
You can pump it up. Actually, click it. Click composure. Oh yeah, we have 1+1 from the boots. Yeah, probably can't get it any higher from items. I forgot we're very not motorics. Oh, let's see how this goes.
Please.
Hey, that's a good chance.
Please, please, please.
Actually,
fuck!
They're admirably, surprisingly composed. The entire room. Given how many questions you've lobbed their way.
All of them? Maybe one of them is fidgeting, cracking under the pressure?
Well, this one. But he's always fidgeting, so don't get your hopes up.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Right, I have other questions about the lynching.
Like what, Copper?
So why don't I just arrest you?
Yeah, lawman. Why don't you?
It's almost an anthropological sight, watching him try to assert dominance over you.
He takes a step closer as well, fixing his ball cap.
Not in the arresting mood?
His mid little eyes come alive with hatred.
A fearful readiness, like an electrical charge, raises hairs in the room. By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster. You hear the nylon of his coat hiss as he steps closer. Easy. Walk back from the provocation. They're armed, and they outnumber us. The lieutenant tries to establish eye contact with you.
Easy now. Let's just talk.
Wise move. You made the right choice there. Now make another one, and get the fuck out of our booth. We're not gonna do this again.
He leans back against the table.
So what are we gonna do now?
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus.
Lieutenant closes his notebook.
I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility, we're going to look into this.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us, real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
Forget about their games. You've mapped out the characters. Reading the footprints in the yard should be easier now.
I'm gonna take off now.
Bye.
Bye.
Still gotta get through around. Oh, hey, money. Would you look at that? Babysitting imbeciles. What the heck, Liz? I didn't go to law school for this. We should have hired this lawyer. What was his
Just
name?
a
Saul
moment.
Goodman. The old woman turns back to the cafeteria manager.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
The cafeteria manager appears genuinely apologetic.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
She turns back to you with a weary smile.
Sorry, ma'am. I didn't mean to eavesdrop on your conversation. Tell me, how can I make it up to you?
Oh, please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The Union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead, too.
Wait, what's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about it.
She frowns.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
Why'd you need to use it anyways?
To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
She looks down.
Okay, I'll bite. Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it, somnolent. A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the whirling in rags.
But you have more important things to worry about.
She glances out the window towards the bay.
What is this expedition your husband was on?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect.
Have you noticed?
But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
I was about to ask a very trained scientist. Did you notice what she is called?
The cryptozoologist's life.
Yep.
Wife.
Good old cryptids. A very respectable field of science. They're gonna find Bigfoot any day now.
Any day now. I'll get it. Sorry about the noises, everybody. I'm just trying to adjust my fucking microphone.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Okay.
The waterlock. That was broken. Could this be it?
The water lock to the other side of the coast is broken. They're probably just stuck over there.
Oh my. What happened to the water lock?
You may not believe this, but some maniac crashed their motor carriage into it.
Oh, sweetie, if it weren't for you, I'd be looking forward to another sleepless night. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you both.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect. Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder investigation.
I can just hear how tired you are.
I'm really getting tired of conceptualization.
Inland started
If you
it.
see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
If I see him, I'll let him know that you're here, when or if I get there.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
Well, that's all for now, ma'am.
Not gonna ask about how he looks?
Oh, I guess that might be essential.
Oh, hello, dear. There
Free.
you are again.
Tell me more about Morel. Looks, character, your relationship.
Oh, dear. I'm not sure where to begin.
What does he look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
Let me ask this again. Sorry. If I were to meet him on the street, what would I be looking for?
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair. Usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other thing. He'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case.
How long have you been married?
We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow.
How did the two of you meet?
Via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
I think I've got all the information I need. Let's move on.
I hope I've been useful.
Tell me more about this rare insect your husband is looking for.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
I can't tell if Kim is trying to say, no, go ahead, or, come on, we need to get back to important things.
Well, I think it's latter, honestly, because it's not related to finding him or the case, so why bother? Or rather, it might just be, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, that's all it is. I'm figuring. No, I want to hear about the insect.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but...
Ah yes, Phasmatodea, a diverse group of insects whose bodies resemble twigs, leaves, that sort of thing. Ghost insects, colloquially.
Okay.
Bugs.
Cool bugs. Like, get stick bugged.
Like bug snacks. They resemble snacks.
Yeah, bug snacks.
Oh yeah. Here comes the interesting.
Where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast. Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers.
She looks in the eye and nods thoughtfully.
But that's not cryptozoology. That's just technically... oh, God. Not ichthyology, but... What the fuck is the name of the study of insects? I'm really upset. Entomology?
Entomology, yeah. She said that some time ago.
Right.
There's a touch of awe in the way she enunciated the creature's name.
To be honest, this animal sounds like a cryptid. You wouldn't happen to be searching for some kind of gnome of Jeroma, would you?
I smell pseudoscience, he's thinking. Not a big fan of that.
It's simply elusive. So much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
Establishment. I thought so.
Oh, what makes you think the phasmid is around here?
Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping.
So a newspaper clipping is all the evidence you have?
Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
Is it valuable?
Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie.
But is it dangerous?
Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully?
Does it have any cool powers?
Yes. It can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years. Centuries, even.
So what makes this stick bug so special, anyways?
Oh, dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special.
The face flushes with embarrassment.
Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
Well, that's all for now, ma'am.
Yeah. So, footprints?
Yeah.
Visual calculus time.
How far into his LP is Wooly, anyways?
He also started day 2. I don't know where he is right now because, of course, I'm not watching the ongoing stream, but I will after we're done.
Okay.
But like the beginning of day 2, basically.
Okay, so I'm still kind of ahead of him.
We're ahead because he skipped a week. So.
Oh.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
His back got fucked up like last week, and he didn't do anything. Not
Please
even
don't
the
let me
podcast.
XCOM this fucking roll.
8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. Where else have we seen a gang of men in work boots? That's right, the hardy boys in the mess hall of whirling in rags.
I go over them one by one.
1. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 46. Just like Titus was wearing in his booth. This is the big dick, Titus Hardy. The one with the bald cap on his head.
Interesting.
Is it? They didn't even bother to change boots. Putting them on the scene is easy. Maybe even too easy. 2. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 44. Either the blonde muscular guy, Glenn, or the young guy with a plectrum around his neck. 3. Hobnailed work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 43. The inked banger, perhaps. 4. Standard work boot. Number 45 or 46. Theo, the old smoker. You think you even see a tiny fleck of cigarette ash inside the print. 5. Another standard work boot. Reinforced toes. Number 44. Same as before. Either the musician, Eugene, or the muscle-bound blonde, Glenn. 6. Light as air. Same make of boot. But number 41. Small like a rat. Shanky.
I should have gotten this earlier.
Better late than never, detective. The whole world is dark and the tracks burn in it with strange beauty.
I count the rest.
7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot. Number 46. The imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. Fat Angus. Carrying something?
And the last one?
8. Another standard work boot. Number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole. The right sole is smoother, more worn. Curious. A missing 8th Hardy Boy.
7 sets of tracks, right? The Hardy Boys were here.
Lieutenant has been tracking your ice movements.
8, actually, Kim.
That's all? Interesting. Then one of them seems to be missing. Anything else out of the ordinary?
Note to self. This would be a good question to ask Titus. Where's the 8th man?
An aberration. One soul is smoother than the other.
Interesting. Let's name it the Old Soul. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the missing Hardy Boy. Wonder who he is.
Oh, this one's easy. Way too easy. It's a driver.
Driver would wear down their right shoe before the left because the accelerator is on the right. And remember the abandoned lorry cabin we found?
With a piece of sandpaper glued to the throttle.
Lieutenant adjusts his glasses, his eyes light up with excitement.
Which means that the missing lady driver was also present at the lynching? That's it. She's the Old Soul.
First drug smuggling, now this? How deep does the rabbit hole go?
Now we know who's the missing 8th person at the lynching. Do you think that Hardy and his boys could also be involved in the drug operation?
That would fit what Joyce told us, but I don't want to make any assumptions.
Understood. We should still go and see what Titus Hardy has got to say on the matter. This might throw them off, work in our advantage. So, what else?
Light step, number 41 shoe.
I'm guessing that's the skinny Hardy boy. The one with his front teeth missing.
The rat-faced one.
Yes, well, he did look a bit like a rat. You're right. Do you think those prints belong to him?
Definitely.
I could still be wrong, but I'm probably not.
The heavy one, 200 kilogram imprint?
200. This could be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up. Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built armored man. Maybe it was a fat hardy boy, the one sitting in the middle.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
You're right. The fat guy from the booth was carrying the victim.
Probably yes. This would also fit with the victim being dead from a previous gunshot wound. They had to carry him, because he could no longer walk. Is there anything else that's noteworthy here?
How old do you think these tracks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
How do you know?
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
So, what do you think happened here, Kim?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree.
But we know the victim had a bullet in his head. A more precise way to put it is, it was made to look like a lynching.
So, we've been purposefully misled.
By these tracks? Yes.
Alright, well, we've looked at this enough.
Nice. Very nice. Gradius says, I'm looking at the art of Samsung Assistant, and I expected more pics in 2 days. Rule 34 right now has less than 100. Like, seriously, Bowsette got a million pieces of art in 2 days. I mean, Bowsette is cool, and this is corporations trying to get free marketing, so I'm not surprised.
Also, it's real deep in the uncanny valley and ugly as fuck.
I haven't seen her, actually.
She is fucking disgusting looking. She's like a weird combination of the Grubhub ads, Diva, and those freaky-ass Jehovah's Witness propaganda cartoons.
That's oddly specific.
Yes, but you know what I'm referring to, don't you?
Yeah.
Sparlock the Wizard created a mascot for a mobile phone company. So clearly, the mobile phone mascot is a product of Satan!
Clearly.
Alright.
Can I help you?
Two will do the... Yeah,
Guard, I saw another thing at the Whirling.
Another thing? Great. I love those.
So the phone line is dead?
Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. Losers.
That's pretty strange.
It's not strange, it's inconvenient.
Is it true that there was foul play?
Who told you that?
I would never disclose my sources. That would be dishonorable.
Fine, yeah. It looked like someone had messed with the wiring. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's at all related. Plenty of arseholes around here who aren't murderers. If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know, so I can forward them the repair bill.
And then let me know if you find out about that mysterious ticking noise.
Yes?
Sorry, but all I can think of when we talk to Gart is Puppet Snape.
Dumbledore. That was a good few skits with the puppets. I remember that fondly.
I found the source of the noise! It's a pipe bomb!
I used it in a class with a student that was 10 years old that really liked Harry Potter, I remember. It was fun.
Yay! And then the little pieces of felt confetti falling from it. It's so great.
Yeah.
It's also, like, deliciously non-gory violence, and I love it for that.
Yep. An aroma of spices, alcohol, and tomato hangs in the air.
I need my... What do I do, T-do?
Talk with the Harrys again? I'm surprised we didn't get some check that I thought we would get right now. The Hardys.
Oh, okay.
Confront them about the lady at all.
Give me a second, though.
Sure.
Just in case.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Titus does not look particularly happy to see you.
3% chance, eh?
I mean, you can try. I've never seen this spell, but I've heard about it.
Establish authority. Yes. Authority. Feverish thoughts race through your mind.
Free. Kim, I need your gun.
Why?
This is not what he thinks it is. This is a great idea. I'm afraid it's not what you think it is either.
Everybody calm down. This is only a demonstration. Kim, the gun, please.
What in the name of fuck are you doing?
But I don't want to give you my gun, not up to the last time.
The fuck is happening, Titus? What are they whispering about?
Easy, Shanks. I want to see where this is going.
Trust me, Kim. I am merely flesh.
Merely what?
He doesn't quite catch the last word. A brief moment passes in silence, then...
The pressure in the room grows to a boiling point.
Be careful. It's loaded.
Oh, God!
His firearm. It feels odd light and buzzing in your hand, like a funny toy.
Good. Now put it in your mouth.
I put the... Alright, we're doing this.
We're doing this.
I put the barrel in my mouth.
What are you doing?
The short cold barrel touches your lips. It tastes like iron and hell.
Genuine panic flies across the lieutenant's face.
Fellas, you getting any of this?
These are my thoughts. This is my head.
What in the name of motherfuck?
He looks closer, squinting at you.
Acidic taste on your lips. Corrosive. Once as a child, you put your tongue against the rail. It was winter. That was a long time ago.
The fuck is he saying?
Some insane shit.
Nothing. Give me the gun.
You better get ready to fucking respect me in 5, 4, 3.
He's not gonna off himself. Come on.
No. He'll do it. Go ahead, son. 3, 2.
Kisses, kisses, kisses. No. Give it to Lieutenant Kitsuragi. It's not too late. You can still spin this as some kind of tactic. There will be no spinning. Do the honest thing. Pull the trigger.
I'm not fucking this case up. You will respect me!
We'll solve the case. Look at me. Don't worry. This demonstration is not helping at all.
Keep your skull
Assuming total control.
Inside the small mechanism, you can hear a spring tensing up.
Yeah, cause I sorta wanna see that shit.
You won't, man. His fucking balls ain't big enough.
I'm going to kill myself now, you fucking whore!
Deranged cop kills himself. Citizens in shock as a deranged law official, reportedly from the 41st precinct, shot himself in the head last night in the middle of a crowded cafeteria in downtown Martinez. The exact details of the incident have not been revealed, but first-hand witnesses claim that the officer was making a point. Can't say I'm surprised. Lawrence Hart, manager of the Whirling in Rags cafeteria, where the incident took place, commented he was extremely unstable and had threatened to kill himself before.
We don't add to the shame counter. I would add -1 to the shame counter because I thought Void is going to pussy out at the end, but nope. Good job. You asserted authority.
All right, everybody. Thank you for stopping by today.
No, so that's it for today. We're ending on this.
Yeah,
okay.
we can't. If I don't end it now, it won't be perfect.
Okay.
We'll see you next week for more disco. Tomorrow is up in the air in terms of what's happening, but if things change, obviously check in with Tidu or myself, or check the Discord to find that out. You can find me at Space Between All. Find Tidu at Cute Mute Prude.
Yep.
Everybody have a good night. We'll see you for more disco next week.
Good night.
Good night.